Hey everybody, I'm Bob Lucido, and this is the Bearcat Training Camp, where we are offering in-depth business building training for Team Beachbody coaches. Now, last week we started phase 2 of our training program, where we're going to be diving in a little bit deeper, talking about building organizational success and driving duplication in your business. Now, we open things up by starting to break down the business opportunity presentation to help us with our search for business partners. Now, we're going to spend the next couple of videos continuing to break down the business opportunity presentation. And just let me be really clear about what we're doing here and what we're not doing here. What we're not doing here is giving you a full example of a business opportunity presentation. Now, we're going to go ahead and do that later on, but these first few videos, I'm breaking down the concepts that you want to be familiar with and some information that you want to be ready with as you are sharing the business opportunity presentation. Now, there's a great model available to you for the specifics of how to sign up and the mechanics of sharing the business opportunity right in the online office. And in fact, I had the honor of taking part in commenting and being a little bit involved in the putting together of that. And it's a great example. It's a business opportunity presentation webinar format that you can use and you can build on and make your own. I highly recommend that you get into the online office and check that out. Use that as a springboard, use that as a model for how to do the mechanics and specifics. But what I'm sharing with you here is some of the concepts that you have to be ready to share. Now, you might not throw them all out every single time you share the business opportunity, because like I said last time, you want to kind of tailor your presentation and make it personal, especially if you're presenting individual. But even if you're presenting to a group, be aware of the group that you're speaking with. Be aware of the audience that you're presenting to, and make sure that you're utilizing some of these concepts in your sharing as appropriate for the individual or group that you're sharing with, okay? So last week, in the first video, when we started to break down the business opportunity presentation, I shared with you 3 concepts that I think are important for you to be ready to share right out of the box to get rid of some of the opening objections that seem to run on the tape in the back of some people's minds. The first one was that anyone can do this, and the second was sharing how this really can be a free opportunity to try the business for 30 days with the purchase of a challenge pack, and how that initial purchase investment is actually backed by a money-back guarantee. We also discussed the option of potentially starting by just purchasing the online business opportunity at that $39.95 price point, and how to help your prospects start down that road. We also talked a little bit about how Team Beachbody is unique in the industry of multi-level marketing, and we talked about the many different opportunities for opening income stream as a Beachbody coach. Straight retail sales, becoming certified in one of our programs and running classes, sharing the club opportunity, especially now with the Beachbody On Demand option for people, and making sure that you share all of the opportunities that we have available to us before diving into the team building or the network building aspect that is also available to us. Okay, so that's how we broke things down last week, and hopefully that made sense to you. And again, these are concepts that you want to have in your mind and you want to be ready to share and work into your presentation, okay? So let's assume that you've gotten that far and you've gotten those first 3 concepts out, and now it's time to be ready to talk about the team building option, the network marketing option that we have available to us under our compensation plan. And again, as we talked about last week, it's not required that anybody take advantage of that part of our compensation plan, but it's there. And as coaches and business owners, we know that that's really the place where you're able to turn the corner and make this into something that opens up a whole new set of opportunities that aren't otherwise available on a solely commission-based retail sale model, okay? And this is the area that we want to have ourselves ready to be able to share some of the key points of what's exciting about that aspect of our opportunity. You want to be ready to share why it's exciting to have the ability to build a team and to engage in relational marketing, network marketing, multi-level marketing, direct sales, whatever words you want to use for it. It's the ability to build a team, to build a network, and then become eligible to earn bonuses through the team cycle bonus component of our compensation plan based on what the team generates and not just what you're able to generate as an individual. That's a very exciting component and a very powerful component of our compensation plan, and it's one that you want to be able to share very, very well. And what I'm going to talk about with you today are some of the concepts that you want to keep in mind as you're sharing that component of the opportunity. Now, as I said before, this isn't some kind of a laundry list or checklist that I want you to go down one by one in a particular order. These are things to keep in mind as you're working your way through the presentation. Tailor it personally to the individual or group that you're presenting to. You may share some of these things, you may share all of them, you may share one or two. It all depends on how that presentation is going and how that interaction is going with the people that you're sharing with, okay? But it's important for you to know why it's exciting that we have a network marketing component to our compensation plan, why it's important for us to learn how that works and how to share that with others. Okay, so let's dive right in. The first thing to keep in mind is that this opportunity creates a level playing field. It's not about where you came from, it's about where you want to go. Okay? It's not about where you came from, it's about where you want to go. Everyone starts at the same place. Everyone starts at the same place. And like we talked about in last week's video and the concept of anyone can succeed here, some of those same things play here. It's an even playing field. It doesn't matter what certificates or degrees or licensures you bring to the table. Everybody starts in the exact same place. So it doesn't matter if you're a personal trainer or a nutritionist or a club owner or any of those things. If you happen to have some of those expertise that you bring to the table, then great. And you can leverage that and utilize that in the way that you build your business, but none of those things are required. We all start in the same place, and we all start on a same beginning level playing field. It's important to share that right out of the box with people so that they understand that coming in, there are no specific prerequisites. Everybody has the same opportunity from the start, okay? And the second is to expand a little bit upon the concept that we talked about last week, and that is that there is little to no investment to get started. Now, last week we talked about the concepts of helping people understand how they can actually give this business a try for free for the first 30 days if they purchase a challenge pack, which involves purchasing a couple of our flagship products, a fitness product and one of the nutritional continuity products, sorry about that, and getting started that way. But also be ready and prepared in your presentation to talk about the various options of getting started and underlining the fact that your initial investment is very, very low compared to your ability to create a large, sustainable business. And it's important to get that out right away, and it's important to share the different avenues of getting started. Now, that doesn't mean that we want to push everybody into coming in as a $39.95 coach. Of course, we don't want to do that. And in this area, when you're sharing the initial investment, it's very important to make sure that you invite them to come in at actually the highest level of startup, because we want to give them the highest opportunity and highest potential to succeed. So of course you want to be talking about coming in as a challenge pack purchaser, some of the business starter packages that we have. Make sure that you are empowering your prospect or group of prospects to come in with the absolute best opportunity for success right from the beginning, okay? But keeping in mind that an important concept to be sharing with people is the investment level, and also making sure that you're sharing some of the things that we talked about again last week, but I'm going to cover again here because they make sense in this component as well, and that is the fact that they're not going to be locked in on any time scale. We don't have, sign up and you're in for 6 months or you're in for a year kind of thing. There's no contracts that you're signing for extended stay. We don't require anyone to keep inventory, and that's a good concept to make sure that you're sharing in this component as well. Many other companies in our industry actually do require that people purchase large amounts of product on a monthly basis, and then they are responsible for selling that product. We don't have that in our business. In fact, everything's drop shipped. So Beachbody takes care of all of the shipping and all of the collection of taxes and collection of fees, and all of that stuff gets taken care of for you so that you're not handling product, and that your investment does not involve purchasing large amounts of inventory, okay? And it's important to make sure people understand that that is not going to be required and is not going to be a component of running their business, okay? That's some important stuff, and we want to make sure that people know right up front how that works. What is the initial investment going to look like? What's the continual investment going to look like for upkeeping their business? And we talked a little bit about that last week, the $16 a week, give or take a few pennies for the business service fees, explaining to them that that covers their websites, letting them know how that component's going to work. What do you get for that $16 a month business service fee? Well, you get an online office, you get a couple of stellar websites that then become the storefront portals that you're going to be running your business through, and then describing in an understandable way how they're going to then go from that point running their business, what it's going to take, and what is not going to be required from them under this component, okay? So that's the first two, and sharing that everybody starts on a level playing field, and then talking about this investment in continued cost piece, and highlighting, I think, the fact that you are not required to maintain an inventory, and in fact all sales even that you're going to be making, you will not be touching any of that product. It's going to be shipped directly to your customers, and all of that's tracked for you. And you then have the ability to go in and track and monitor and control all of that through your online office, okay? The next component, or the next concept to be sure that you're ready to share with people, is the fact that success in this business depends on you alone. This isn't going to be office politics. This is, you get what you put in. This is your business. You're the CEO. You're the owner. You run it the way you want. You put the time in that you want. You make all the decisions, and your success is determined only by what you do. It's not about who you know. It's not about who sponsored you. It's not even about what team you're on. In fact, one of my pet peeves is hearing from people, oh, I got sponsored into a bad team, or I don't have a upline. You know what, guys? That's just not true, because everybody who's a Team Beachbody coach is on the team Beachbody. And just like right here, all of you who are getting the benefit of these videos and these trainings, whatever benefit that is, you may or may not be on my team. And I'm not the only leader in the network who does this. Many of the successful coaches offer their trainings freely to everybody. You also have the opportunity to get the trainings that are available to all of us as Team Beachbody coaches that corporate provides to us. Fantastic stuff that's available to us right through the online office. You also have the ability to make it to Summit and be trained by everybody, all the top leaders, and have access to all of the great training that is available through the network, through corporate, through cross-line training, so on and so forth. You have the abilities to make it to the regional Super Saturday presentations once a quarter. Again, giving you access to the leaders in your area, whether you were sponsored by them, whether you're on their team or not. You have the ability, it's up to you, you have the ability to connect with the leaders and trainers that you're going to resonate with to get the support and training you need to succeed. We all have all of that available to us. And that's a very important component of this business opportunity. It's on you to determine whether you succeed or not. It's not on anybody else, and it's not dependent on whatever office politics. Any of us who came from the corporate world, all the things that are involved potentially in your ability to self-promote. And in fact, that's another concept under this heading, is our ability to self-promote. Whether we're going to get a promotion this year or this quarter is dependent upon us, not anybody else. There are no limits, there are no ceilings. It's all about what you do individually and what you bring to the table, okay? The next one is, and again kind of goes with that, is that seniority means nothing. And a lot of people confuse that concept in network marketing. They think that, well, if you're in first or if you're in earlier, then you have a greater potential to earn higher, or that somehow someone who comes in later is in some way handicapped. And that's just not true. It all depends on you and what you do. I can show you example after example after example of people who have come into the network later than someone else, however, far surpassed the person who came in earlier in terms of success and all the different ways that we define that. Financial success, the size of your team, so on and so forth. So success is not based on seniority in this business. Okay, where else can you find that, right? Out there in the sort of normal corporate setting, the normal corporate model, seniority is very important, right? And it's almost insurmountable in some cases. I've heard person after person actually tell me that they came into this business because of the fact that they were in another situation where, because of seniority or the lack of seniority, they had reached a ceiling that just was not going to move and was not going to be able to be moved, certainly not by anything that they were going to be able to do themselves. So many of us face that same situation, and so many of the prospects that you will be sharing with are stuck in that situation. Make sure that you're sharing with them that that's something that does not exist in our world. It does not exist in our industry. It does not matter when you join. It matters what you do once you join. Okay, key point to be sharing. Okay. The next thing is, and again, these three kind of sort of go together hand in hand, kind of comparing ourselves to what life is like in the typical corporate model. This is non-competitive. Your upline wants you to succeed, maybe in the beginning more than you want to succeed, right? Because if we have an understanding of how success works in this business, then success grows by building your team and building your organization and building success within that team and that organization. So when you come into this business, instead of having someone who's above you or who's in that corporate setting who you're competing with for that one or two position that everybody wants to move up to, or for that raise that everybody's trying to get, but there's only so much room for for that kind of thing to happen, and so it's limited and everybody's competing, and people are playing hide the ball and all that kind of stuff. We don't have that. In fact, we have the exact opposite going on. When you join this business right from day one, you're going to get a cheerleader, a support system, and a mentor that's either going to be your sponsor or your upline diamond or your upline star diamond or your upline 5-star diamond. I don't go up as far as you need to find the person who's really tackling this thing as a business, because once you find that person, and everybody in this network has that person somewhere up there in their upline, then that person's going to get in your business with you and help you build it. You get an expert partner, co-pilot from day one. And that's a very important concept to be sharing as you're sharing the business opportunity. Let people know what they're going to get in terms of support and training when they join you. And hopefully you're plugged in so that you can teach them how to leverage. Number one, they're going to get you as a business partner, and you're going to take them in and you're going to show them around and you're going to show them everything. They're going to get access to all the training and support that you can direct them to, or that they can find on their own if you don't direct them to any. But let's in our sharing process make sure that you are sharing with your prospect what you are going to do to help them get acclimated, to help them get plugged in. Tell them about the training programs on your team. Tell them about this training opportunity if you want. Bring them in here. Help them get connected. Bring them to whatever other training opportunities are out there that you can get them connected to. Let them know that they're going to have that support though. One of the biggest fears that people have about starting a new business, any kind of business, whether it's this kind of business or any other, the biggest fear that stops most people is the fear that they're going to be all alone, is the fear that they're going to be left alone to figure it out, that they're going to be left alone to develop all kinds of systems and all of the components necessary to build a business that they don't even know anything about yet. Dispel that fear as soon as you can by letting them know that you're going to be there as their business partner, and that your sponsor and your sponsor's sponsor and the whole team that you're part of, in fact, the whole national network that you're part of, is going to get behind them and help them build success. Because that's the way it is, folks. Everybody in here should know that, the depth of your heart and the depth of your understanding, because you're the one doing the invitation. So make sure that you're very clear about what they're going to get when they join you. And it's not just here's the online office that you're going to get and here's the websites that you're going to get and so on and so forth. They're going to get you. And when you're sharing this business opportunity, you need to make sure that you're also sharing you. You're selling you in a big sense, okay? You're the business partner that they're going to get. And if you're brand new and you just joined today, it doesn't matter, because you have a whole back pocket full of experts, your sponsor and your team and the national network that's behind you, to help you to get the help and support and training to the new people that you're bringing in as well. Okay? And that's an important concept to be sharing with your people in this invitation. Let them know what you are inviting them to be part of. Okay? The next thing is that you get to choose the level of success that you want in this business, and you get to decide how you want to run this business. You may be coming in and saying, you know what, I have a full-time job that I love, and I'm not somebody who wants to do this full-time. I want to do this on the side because I love these products. I'm a big fan of the products. I'm a believer. I want to help people get healthy and fit. I want to help people reach their own goals, but I only want to do this part-time. That's okay. Make sure that when you're sharing the opportunity, you're sharing all the various levels of this opportunity. And make sure that you're very clear that it's part-time for almost everyone who joins. I'm a full-timer now, but I wasn't a full-timer when I started. And in fact, it's very rare. I don't know if I know anyone actually who jumped in and was full-time from the beginning. Take the pressure off of your prospects right in the beginning by being sure that you're sharing that this starts part-time. And in fact, it can stay part-time, and the level of commitment, the level of involvement will be controlled by only one person, your prospect. You run your business the way you want to. Now, I'm there to help you. If you tell me that you have 5 hours a week, I'll help you develop a plan for success based on 5 hours a week. If you've got 50 hours a week, then I can help you develop a plan of action to use up your 50 hours a week and drive for success under that model. It does not matter. Each individual, as an individual business owner, can develop their own business plan based on the time that they have available, based on the time that they want to put in, the effort that they want to put in, and of course, lined up with their goals. That's the other question that you want to make sure that you are answering very clearly. As a Team Beachbody coach, you have the ability to come in and earn a little supplemental part-time level income, or you have the ability to build a large business that can potentially generate full-time level income. It's all up to you. And there's no pressure to go either way. And make sure that you keep that in mind when you work with your coaches moving forward. Don't ever try to pressure or push anyone to build a business outside of the way they are ready to build, or they are comfortable to build, or matches their own goals. You know, sometimes it's important for us to have new diamonds in our business, or it's important for us to have coaches reaching a certain level. We need to be careful that we're working with the coaches in our team and the business partners in our teams who are ready to go to those levels, and who actually want to go to those levels, and who have goals that match going to those levels. We will have the greatest level of success when we match appropriately with the intention and goals of the people that we're sharing with. And that starts right off in sharing the business opportunity. If you can be clear with that in the beginning, then you will help your prospect to really relax and be able to settle in to the real grounding of beginning their own business. Okay, so we start part-time and we ratchet it up based on you, Mr. Prospect, Mrs. Prospect, and based on your intentions, your goals, the time that you want to be able to spend on the business, or the time you are able to spend on the business. All of those variables are under your control, and this is completely open to what you want to do with it. Okay? The next is, and those are kind of all the sort of what does the business look like kind of things, all the things that we just covered. Now what we're going to talk about are what are some of the potentials that can come out of this kind of a business, and what makes this opportunity a little bit different than, say, earning an hourly wage, or say earning even a salaried wage, or earning commission-based wage. All of those things really are based on trading dollars for hours, or hours for dollars. This opportunity allows you to break free from the cycle and obligation of trading hours for dollars. And that's where things get really excited. Really exciting. And as you're sharing, make sure that you are expressing that very clearly, that kind of an opportunity to free oneself from that cycle of trading hours for dollars, and the ability to leverage exponential growth. That's one of the things that the team building component of this opportunity allows us to do. There's only so much that I can do as an individual, but if I can have the ability to earn based on what many do instead of just what I do alone, then I open myself to the ability for exponential growth, because my growth is no longer dependent upon my singular world. It's dependent upon a world of many. Okay, so the benefit of 1% of what 100 people can do, rather than 100% of what I can do myself, is always going to open bigger doors for me. Okay, and you have the ability to open an earning capacity that's based on what potentially thousands of people are doing, and not just what you are doing alone. That's an amazing thing. My income now is based not solely on what I do alone, but on what my team of some, 30,000 plus now people are doing. And that opens some very exciting possibilities and potential, and is a very important component in your sharing what this opportunity will open for people who choose to take advantage of it. And the other piece of that, so we've got exponential growth, that possibility opening, and then you also have the ability to open a residual income stream, and similar concept. And we talked about this a little bit in last week's video. Even at the retail level, you have the ability to open up a stream of residual income with the continuity products. So if I sell a bag of Shakeology today, and that person purchases on continuity and continues to purchase for the next 6, 8, 10, 12 months or more, I'm going to earn a commission every single month based on the work that I did today. And I don't have to redo that sale every single month, but I will continue to benefit from that income stream. Okay, so that's one of the levels of residual income that we're able to open up through the continuity products that we offer to people. We're also able to open up streams of income through the team cycle bonus portion of the compensation plan, an income stream that's based not on what we do alone, but on what the whole team is doing in terms of volume generation. And there's a couple of videos back in phase 1 that break down the team cycle bonus component, so I'm not going to get into detail here. You should be prepared in your business sharing presentation. You should be prepared and able to talk a little bit about the team cycle bonus. And by the way, I don't ever get too far down the road in a business opportunity presentation with breaking down the team cycle bonus or any of the other components of the compensation plan. If people have questions, great, go ahead and answer them, be prepared for that. You want to keep the presentation fairly simple though, and not get bogged down in all of that stuff. Now, if you have a prospect who's very interested, then great, you may cover some of that stuff in more detail in the follow-up presentations and in the follow-up discussions. and help broaden that understanding. But for the initial presentation, it's enough for you simply to be able to share with them that there is something out there called Team Cycle Bonus, and that it's something that will open an income stream based on volume that is generated by the team that they build and that gets built underneath them, and not just on their own efforts. Okay, and it's important to break that component down a little bit as well and let them understand, again, simple terms here, let them understand that the team that will be driving that Team Cycle Bonus will be people that they have invited, and it will also be people that those people have invited, and it may include people that have been invited and placed into their team by people above them, okay? And I wouldn't get too much more complicated than that, at least in the initial conversation, but it's enough to get that concept out there so that people understand, right, in the initial presentation what that opportunity looks like, okay? So we've now opened up an opportunity to earn exponential growth, to earn residual income, and we've started talking in the conversation about freeing yourselves from this cycle of trading hours for dollars, okay? The next thing that you want to share with people is that they get to pick their own team. That's a cool thing about this business. You get to pick your business partners. How do you do that? You get to choose who you invite. You get to choose who you share this opportunity with. You get to share who you work with. You get to pick your success partners. You get to choose who it is that you are collecting as business partners and who you are connecting with as business partners as you build your team. That's very exciting, and especially to people who have been stuck in the sort of normal corporate world out there, where you have no control or very little control over who it is that you work with on a daily basis. And let's face it, for many of us, we've come from a place where we've seen how that can sometimes not be such a positive thing. Well, in this business, the choice is yours. And that in itself is a big concept to make sure that you keep coming back to in your presentation, because it applies to so many of the components that you will be sharing. The choice is yours. How much time do I have to spend? The choice is yours. How many trainings do I have to attend? The choice is yours. How far do I have to go in my growing? The choice is yours. Who do I have to invite and who do I share with? The choice is yours. Okay, you get the point, right? And that's a big thing. It really is. And it's a positive and exciting thing about the way this business works. And that's what you want to keep in mind when you're doing the presentation. What are the interesting, exciting, uplifting things that you can share that are components of our business? What makes you happy to be a Team Beachbody coach? Share some of that stuff. What do you find to be the most exciting about this opportunity? Share some of that stuff. Okay, these are some of the things that I find to be exciting and meaningful, and these are some of the things that I like to be ready to share with people. And you might have some of your own. I'm not saying that this is an exhaustive list. I'm sharing with you some of the things that I have found to be useful to be able to share with people. Okay, next concept, and this is a big concept, is that you're building something that has the potential to create generational success. What do I mean by that? The business that you build is something that is transferable, which means that your future generations have the potential to reap benefit from what you're building now. Your business will continue, your place in the organization continues, you own it. And it's something that's going to be here and it will outlast you. It's something that you're able to leave to your future generations. And that's pretty exciting. It's also pretty exciting to share with people how this opportunity opens the ability to create new income streams at all different kinds of levels. It's great to share with people who are maybe in, say, retirement age, who are looking for a supplemental income, but maybe are capped in certain ways about how much income they're able to generate without, screwing up some other benefits that they may be receiving. This is a great opportunity to do that kind of a thing. We all talk about and we all share right out of the box sometimes the sort of high-end potential of this business. Be careful with that. Yes, I'm in the Million Club, but I don't talk about that when I'm first sharing this business, because once you do that kind of a thing, now what you've done is you've created the perception that maybe this is too big, maybe this is something that's beyond your prospect. Make sure that you're sharing all the different levels of success that are available. I love to share with people, especially new prospects, the thought of using this as a part-time thing to help cover some of the household bills. Let's pick a bill or two that you're trying to cover, and let's make that your number one goal for this business until we get that covered, and then we can go from there. I remember when I started the business and I built it up to the level where I was making my car payment. I was thrilled. And then I decided to see if I could build it to the level where I was making my mortgage payment. And then when I hit that, I was thrilled again. And that allowed me to step myself to the place where I actually was able to envision myself doing this full time, covering all of my bills and making this my primary source of income. But I stepped myself to that place. And it's important when you're sharing with your prospects that you show that step-by-step evolution as well, and start with the first steps of what that potential can open up for people. What an amazing opportunity to work part-time, helping people get healthy and fit, helping people reach their own goals, and at the same time, earning a little supplemental income to help cover some of your household bills. That's a great place to start when you're sharing the financial opportunity here. Don't jump way up to what the 1% or less than 1% are achieving. Let's talk about what is readily achievable and talk about those first steps. Okay. I got a little bit sidetracked there, so I want to bring it back and just make sure that I underline this concept that once you own your Beachbody Business Center, it is yours, and the spot that you hold within the network, within your team, is yours. It's transferable. And it is certainly something that you can leave as legacy. So in terms of building future success for future generations and for your family, it's just an amazing opportunity that everybody has right from the beginning. So make sure you're sharing that component. Make sure you're sharing the fact that that's possible here. The next thing that's important to share, that I think is important to share, is that this is what I call an economy-proof business. And I think that if you do a little research on network marketing or multi-level marketing, the industry in general, it's an industry that is one that doesn't necessarily follow the normal ups and downs of the economy. And in fact, a lot of times you'll see that when the economy is going this way in the general sense, that network marketing companies and opportunities are on the rise because more people are looking for at-home opportunities, more people are looking for opening secondary income streams, more people are looking for opportunities to do something part-time, to supplement, so on and so forth. And here we are. We are also in the health and fitness business. The demand for health and fitness support that we offer never goes away. That's just a demand that is always there, and unfortunately, with the present state of our population and the obesity crisis, it's a demand that's growing and not shrinking, unfortunately, and it's a demand that's very, very real. So that's another thing to be able to share and to be ready to share with the people that you're inviting to take a look at this opportunity. And it's also gives you the ability to become part of something that's bigger than you. This is not only an opportunity to start up a new business. This is an opportunity to have real significance in the lives of other people. This is the ability to open up and build something that can really bring positive life change to people. And that's an amazing thing to be part of. And make sure that when you're sharing this opportunity, don't get stuck in a sterile presentation of the X's and O's of the business. This is an opportunity to be part of something bigger than yourself. This is an opportunity to be part of an enormous wave of positive life change that our company is bringing to the people of this country and now Canada and eventually worldwide. And that's pretty exciting to be part of. And that's something that for many people is more exciting than the X's and O's and the financial possibilities and all of that we can share in the business opportunity. I mean, let me be honest with you. I came into this business and was excited about becoming a coach and the prospect of doing this full time because I wanted the lifestyle. I was practicing law, I was making a decent income. It really wasn't that I was looking for anything to replace my income stream at the time. It was the ability to be part of what we do as Beachbody coaches that was exciting to me. When I looked at the opportunity, personally, and maybe many of you had the same experience, when I looked at the opportunity, it was more of like, wow, you mean I can do that on a daily basis? I can help people get healthy and fit. I can help people reach their own goals. I can help people build financial freedom and freedom of time and all of that fun stuff and earn an income for doing that. That was exciting to me. I can be part of this movement to bring real proven results in the fight against obesity, in the fight against obesity-related disease. I want to be part of that. And if I can be part of that and actually earn some income, maybe even replace my full-time income so that I don't have to be chained to a desk in this 9-to-5 drudgery, that was what was exciting to me. And I care to bet that it was probably what was the defining or determining point for a lot of you as well. So remember, be sure to connect with what it was that got you excited about the opportunity. What is it that really shifted shifted the switch or turned the corner for you and made you say, yes, that's something I want to be part of. Share that. Make sure you're sharing that with the prospects that you're sharing with, because chances are some of that's going to resonate with the people you're talking to as well. And that's really what they're waiting to hear. Not the X's and O's, but the intangible stuff. And that's some of the intangible stuff. What is it that we get to be part of as Team Beachbody coaches? And that could be a whole presentation in itself, right? So think out of the box a little bit. Think about those things and see if you're bringing those into your sharing and bringing those into your presentations. And then finally, the final piece that I want to share with you in today's section is that your success will be controlled only by thousands of year old truth, and that is that if you give, you will receive. Okay? Give and you shall receive. Your success will be based on how many people you can help. What a beautiful thing. Okay? It's not based on anything, truthfully, once you break it all down, it's not based on anything more than your ability to connect people with success. Connecting people with success through the use of our products in their health and fitness goals, connecting people with success with their financial goals through the business opportunity, or perhaps some of the certification programs. You know, we can help a lot of people who are already in the health and fitness profession do even better than they're doing now by connecting them with the certification programs or the coaching opportunity or any of that as well. And we also have the ability to offer to people the ability to build their own success and to get in there and help them do it. That's what this is all about, and that's what it all boils down to. And that's a pretty exciting thing to be part of. And it's a very important thing to share with people, because a lot of times when people are thinking about starting this business, their main question is, what do I have to do? What do I have to do? How many things do I have to sell? How many partners do I have to recruit? Blah, blah, blah. I like to make sure that when I'm sharing with people right in the beginning, I let them know it's not really any of that. It's how many people can you help? How many people can we help reach their own goals? Because when you're focusing on that, then you are going to have a strong customer base. You are going to have a strong network of partners, because this is all about building success. And your success will be based on how many other people you are able to help reach their own success, whether that be your coaches, whether that be your customers, or your team, or your organization. It all comes down to that one piece. And then it's just about paying it forward. Once you're able to connect into all of this that we've been talking about in phase one, and all of this that we're starting to talk about now, and you get yourself up and running, the only thing that you have to do after that is to pay it forward. Invite others to have the opportunity to have the same opportunities that you had in building your business. We are blessed as Team Beachbody coaches with the ultimate blessing of being able to bless others with the very same opportunity that opened up our own ability to have success, either in our own health and fitness or in building our own business. And that's really what this all comes down to. All right, so I hope that's been helpful. Please keep in mind, these are concepts for you to be working with as you're putting together your own presentation. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be breaking down some of the X's and O's and some of the specific components and technical aspects of how to share the business, and how to talk about how the back office works, and how to talk about how the websites work, and how to talk about the mechanics of things. But quite honestly, that stuff is all secondary to your ability to understand and convey these concepts that we just shared today and that we shared last week. And again, this isn't some checklist that you're going to go down in your presentation. These are concepts that you're going to be working into your presentation and to utilize to help you personalize your presentation to the individuals or groups that you're sharing with. All right, hope this was helpful. See you next week.